We're live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it! I'm Pepito!
Hello, everybody. We're back. We're back with the news. We're live. Yeah, good to see you all. MSG, Card King, Sabrici, one of the masterminds themselves, Junk Dog, Gearless, Joe, Nomad, Entity. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. It's good to be back in this this room. This very real room that I'm in. Dennis Sweet's good to see you. Lady Side Tricks. Oh baby, Exterminator, Bonsai Bullfrog, Excelion, Ray Silva, Archangel. Had a bit of a weird week. Not weird, just busy. Normal week, busy week, and the hair's already standing up for you. In honor of being back, the hair's like, let's go wild. Oh, there's a hype train. Oh yeah, thank you all. There's subs pouring in during the pre-stream. You maniacs. You absolute maniacs. Dr. Cool with the 15 months. That is a crazy number to me. 15 months? Citrix with the 12? Stormburn with the 15. Citrix just now. You saw it. Entidaddy, 15 months. Reverie Wolf, 15 months. How many months have I been streaming? 15 months. This is the longest I've ever subscribed to a Twitch stream. Yes, that's what I like to hear. No, don't even bother with the other Twitch streams. There's no need. Eldrick B, or do, but I do appreciate it. Eldrick B, Dag with 14 months. Dagging on Twitch with a 15. Oh my God. Citrix with the 12. Microphone with the 14. Hype train at level 7.
Give me your sweet biddies deep inside.
Kendall's so excited she's walking into the studio. I couldn't get it. Sometimes I hope if I call her out she'll come back, but she didn't. She didn't at all. One-stop shopping. There you go. It's every stream in one. Microphone, thank you so much for the bits. As well as RJFH. Microphone the 750. Triggering that voice. RJFH with the 100 bits. Thank you all so much for the support. And for a couple follows while I wasn't even streaming. Who knows why? I don't. Gaming, music, art, and porn all on one network, and so much of the last one of those discussed that it makes it all worth it. The internet is for news. Okay. Oh, is there still a hype train? It's completed, right? It completed. The hype train has already reached completion, so I can't check in with them. Silkhand, evening to you from the West Coast. It's sort of evening here. Kendall's off to do some special stream that I'm gonna raid after this, by the way. News or nudes? Well, you know, today a little bit from both camps. It turns out, just based on my perusal of the news. Should I talk about Vince McMahon? I did put it in the stream title. I guess we can at least talk about it. The thing is, there's aspects of the story that, cause it's Vince, comedic might be the wrong word, but there's definitely some like elements to it that are just so absurd that it's hard not to find it a tiny bit funny. However, the core issue is like just horrific on a level that is not very fun to talk about. It's like ongoing sexual assault from a depraved like 70-year-old maniac. So I don't know. I don't think it's really the kind of thing I can make jokes about. I mean, if you've kept it up, if anybody wants like a brief rundown of the story, Slim Jim's pulled their sponsorship over it. But, you know, basically he had a legal aid, I think, or certify CPA worked for him that he basically promised a bunch of things in exchange for a sexual relationship. But also he sort of started it under really weird pretenses where she was clearly like reeling from the loss of both of her parents. And then from there it gets way, way worse. If you've read any of it, like there's some really graphic details that have come out and some texts that are crazy. I guess we'll read about it, but I don't think I can have one of my co-anchors cover this, or it might just be in too poor of a taste even for me.
Do you want me to help? I don't know what you're talking about. Do you want me to help?
No.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I also can't read.
I still think you can.
I can't. Also, good to see everybody. Dee loves you. Yum, 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 yum. Anyway, is it a bad thing you're talking about?
It's pretty bad.
Okay, then I guess I would prefer not to.
A smart Pepito. Yeah, I think hashtag nothing shocking, Dano Sweets. It is interesting that it is like, I guess I would describe it as shocking but not surprising, all of the Vince stuff. They're allegations, technically. So I shouldn't report them purely as fact. But reading them, it sounds 1,000% like that piece of shit. So I tend to believe it, but you can certainly make up your own mind. We'll peruse it. I might skip over some of the more salacious elements just because I don't know. Also, if you've endured any sort of sexual abuse in your life, I could imagine this being pretty unpleasant to hear about. So we'll peruse this article just to keep everyone abridged of it. And as you know, I know a lot of wrestlers I really like. I've been a wrestling fan for years. This story leaves like a pretty horrible taste in my mouth. There's like a Royal Rumble coming up that I don't know if I super want to watch. Definitely probably shouldn't have Clementine talk about this. Zombie Buddha with the 15 months. Quote, nothing shocking. Nothing's shocking? Yeah, maybe if this story isn't remotely shocking, then I guess nothing is shocking. It's again, it's just reading it. You can the social presence Vince has had for 40 years or whatever lines up with the things related to here in my brain in a way that's not pleasant at all, but it does make it slightly less shocking. It's still all very surprising. It's the biggest whiplash. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you don't want to like write off the hard work of a bunch of people just because this guy's been engaged in some pretty horrible stuff. Then again, the allegations aren't really just against Vince. It's sort of the whole company. in a way, it's kind of implies a lot of people were aware of this situation. Yeah, Vince has made it hard to be a wrestling fan for a while. Like I kind of stopped watching WWE after he did that thing where he came out after the allegations were first circulating, not in this level of detail, but he basically came on a national TV with a glowing intro from his daughter. And it was just so like, ugh. I mean, honestly, I don't watch as much wrestling as I used to, but I keep up with it through this podcast called Post Wrestling, which I'm a fan of. If you want some fairly dry recounting of wrestling events, would recommend John Pollock, A-tier wrestling news guy, in my opinion. But, you know, more recently I've started occasionally watching WWE pay-per-views again, and I don't know, it's hard to go immediately be like, yay, the Royal Rumble, when it's all a thing that this guy was just so heavily involved in for so long. Anyway, let's read about it a little bit, and then if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll have a little more unpleasant context. A former employee, WWE sued WWE founder Vince McMahon, alleging abuse and sexually exploiting her when he was CEO of the wrestling entertainment company, and that McMahon allegedly trafficked her to other men as a pawn to secure talent deals with prospective wrestlers the company was recruiting. And she's, as far as I know, largely talking about Brock Lesnar there, which this article might get into. The former WWE employee, Janelle Grant, filed, I don't know why their name, well, I guess they should name her, it's public, but filed a lawsuit in the U.S. District Court for the District of Connecticut Thursday, naming McMahon, WWE, and former head of talent relations, John Laurinaitis. If you remember him from the show, that's how he sounds. The lawsuit alleges McMahon, Laurinaitis, and WWE violated the Trafficking Victims Prevention Act and includes claims of civil battery and intentional infliction of emotional distress in relation to years-long sexual and emotional abuse Grant said she endured as an employee of WWE. The lawsuit seeks unspecified monetary damages. Just skipping ahead a little bit. Reps for WWE and McMahon did not immediately respond, although they since have basically tried to deny it, saying that this is lies and slander, etc. TKO, the company that owns them, conversely released a statement that was basically like, McMahon doesn't do anything here anymore, we swear. So TKO kind of distancing themselves, McMahon denying it. And here you go. A spokesperson for TKO Group Holdings, the parent company of WWE and UFC, said in a statement, Mr. McMahon does not control TKO, nor does he oversee the day-to-day operations of WWE. Oh, this is all coming courtesy of Variety, by the way. It does say it on there, but I'm just reading that. While this matter predates our TKO executive team's tenure at the company, we take Mr. Grant's horrific allegations very seriously and are addressing the matter internally. Lawsuit was filed 10 days ago. TKO announced that Dwayne Johnson has joined its board. Okay, interesting. I didn't actually know that, but okay. McMahon stepped down as WWE's CEO in June 2022 amid an investigation by the company's board into allegations of hush money payments to women, and again, multiple women, who accused him of sexual misconduct. As WWE's chief executive, McMahon made payments totaling $19.6 million. That's stuff from around maybe 2 years ago, 1 or 2 years ago. I can't even remember now. He returned, though, forcibly in January 2023 as executive, basically to sell to TKO, which was, the parent company of the UFC. He sold off about $670 million worth of stock following the merger. According to Grant's lawsuit, McMahon and Laurinaitis, on WWE property and using WWE funding, both engaged in sexual assault and trafficking. Again, apologies if this is hard to... this is all going to be about this. I understand if you don't want to hear this. I'll probably be off of it in about 20 minutes. Both engage in sexual assault and trafficking of Grant, both for their own pleasure and as a pawn to secure talent deals with prospective wrestlers they are recruiting. McMahon repeatedly used sex toys names. Okay, these are the details that are like salacious to the point of sounding a little funny, but unfortunately it's in a context that kind of just makes it all horrible. Repeatedly used sex toys named after other WWE employees, wrestlers, and performers to sexually groom Miss Grant for trafficking to those same people. I don't know. I mean, I could keep going. I listened to a whole thing. Again, I would recommend good old Post Wrestling. They have like a whole podcast / YouTube video about it. The gist is he forced her into sexual situations with both himself and other men, other employees of WWE on WWE property. The lines of consent were very blurry or completely ignored in a lot of cases. He was passing, based on the text and the claims of this woman, he was like passing nudes of her all around the company. When Brock Lesnar was up for contract renegotiations, he promised him basically sexual favors from this woman without ever telling her. And then just levels of graphic detail that, despite how stupidly sexual I tend to get on this show, I just can't. I can't even read some of the texts that he sent, because I don't know. I don't even want to figure out if they're against Twitch terms of service, and you can frankly find them very easily on Twitter or just a lot of these news articles. But they're like very graphic. And when Cassim and I were talking about the conservative obsession with big black penises the other day on the Cream Team Dream stream, they're very much in that lane. A lot of them, very, very explicitly. So anyway, that is what's going on with him. As noted down here, Slim Jim apparently is pulling their sponsorship, which is a very long-standing business relationship with WWE. Maybe it's only temporary. We can read their statement just for the hell of it. And this is, again, courtesy of John Pollock, who's a post-wrestling guy. Slim values integrity and respect in all of our partnerships. Given the recent disturbing allegations against Vince McMahon, at this time we've decided to pause our promotional activities with WWE. Decision reflects our commitment to our brand values, yada, yada, yada. We'll continue to monitor the situation. News was first reported by WrestleVotes. Okay, I don't know. So anyway, that's what's going on with that horrible thing. I don't really have much to add to it. If you're looking for analysis, I mean, my only real analysis would be, if you read further into these articles, it really doesn't sound like it was just a Vince thing. It seems like the board was pretty aware of it, at least on some level. Were they aware of how bad it was? Who's to say? Maybe this is the kind of thing the lawsuit will reveal over time. It certainly seems like the woman who's bringing forth this lawsuit experienced something horrible. So certainly thoughts go out to her. It's a very bad situation. I doubt she's the only person that he's mistreated in this vein. He's been a pretty unsavory character for a while. It's unfortunate. If you're like me, there was probably a time where he was sort of not like an ideal person at all, but on some level kind of like an eccentric billionaire. But the eccentricities aren't just that, very clearly. So I don't know. I don't know what I would do if I was WWE. I hope certain people that I still kind of like, I hope the Triple H's of the world knew about it. But there's a very good chance they did, based on, I don't know, based on just reading through the reporting. I don't know. It just sounds like so many people must have on some level been aware of what was going on. But again, maybe they were aware that there was an improper relationship. They weren't aware that it was this improper. We'll have to see. Or we won't see, is another unfortunate option. Vince is very rich. He still has a controlling stake on some level in all of this. Not controlling, but he has a large financial stake in all of this. For instance, he's still profiting off of WWE, which is part of the reason it makes it sort of less fun to watch right now. Wow. Are you leaving? Wait, what channel are you going to be on? Pixel Circus. Kendall's going to be on Pixel Circus. So I'll be rating that after. Kendall's out of here. People only get away with being this bad by others turning a blind eye, seemingly. And also, a lot of people were participating. Like, she kissed you guys too, and gals. Absolutely. Right now, I gotta go lock the door. 1 sec.
I just don't trust he's gonna lock the door.
I wouldn't until after the stream. Whoa. Yeah, I mean, to Reverie's point, people only get away with this stuff by turning a blind eye. Yeah, again, people were seemingly doing more than turning a blind eye in some cases. Certainly John Laurinaitis is very implicated. Brock Lesnar is very implicated. John Laurinaitis, I don't know how direct. I don't think he's involved with the company currently, but I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if that really matters in this case. How much did Stephanie know? How much did Triple H know? How much did the other members of the board know? How much does someone like The Rock know? How much does every high-level wrestler know about this stuff? Also, are they kind of a victim in this instance? Because he is the boss. It's very easy for him to manipulate everyone. It's a horrible situation. Yeah, Yeah, I don't know. I wish I had some way to entertain you about it, but I do think it's one of those stories where like I don't really want to go on some comedic rant. Creed, knowing Creed, I don't suspect Creed of having anything to do with this, to be perfectly honest. I would guess a lot of wrestlers honestly probably don't have much awareness of this outside of rumors. I mean, even me, again, one of the weird things about this is reading through it. It should be really shocking. And it is on some level, but it also makes so much sense based on my internal perception of Vince McMahon that he would be up to stuff like this. And I mean, I was still watching wrestling for years, even with that feeling in the back of my head. So I don't know. It's the kind of thing that like there's obviously you shouldn't feel good about it on any level, but it's like you should be mad at Vince McMahon, obviously, but it's like icky. It implicates so many things and sullies them, and rightfully so. That it's like a pretty depressing story to me. I wish, other than like I'm sure some people have read the text in Vince's voice. Again, there's something like darkly like whoa about it, but then you think about it for 2 seconds and it's all really bad. So Slim Jim is a huge brand to lose. Yeah. Again, I don't know if they'll lose these things permanently. WWE also just announced a $5 billion deal with Netflix for 10 years, or potentially even 20. So I don't think they're likely to lose that. And I don't know if they should. I mean, I don't know if you should really hold the entire company culpable for this. But also maybe you should, depending on who was aware of what. It's unfortunate, again, that I suspect there's a lot of talented people that were just working under this without any awareness of it. And now there's some distance on it. I mean, the other creepy thing is, like, it's Vince doing this. He's a weird billionaire fucking psychopath, clearly. How many weird fucking guys in power in companies like this get away with stuff like this? My guess is more than Vince. It's a disgusting thing that just makes me at least feel bad about a lot of things. So I don't know. Hopefully he faces some consequences. Hopefully something happens and he doesn't just skate by with dumping a bunch of money on it, but I don't know. It feels like there are people in the company that could support a culture shift. Seemingly. I mean, again, I don't know what Triple H knows or doesn't know or knew or didn't know. But he's pushed the company in certain positive directions, and there's a lot of female wrestlers that speak highly of him. My policy is not to assume good or bad things about most famous people, because you just never know unless I meet them and have some personal sense of it, which again I'm sort of doing in this case with Vince, but I don't know. He's a pretty public figure who's been around for decades, very publicly. And his whole on-screen persona always felt kind of like he was doing a weird fetish, if that makes any sense. Like he was almost getting off on being this weird cartoon version of himself. And this colors it all in a very different brush, where it's like, what even is he? What is he doing exactly? What is this guy? If you read some of those texts, it's like, I'm not trying to kink shame Liliana, but I don't think that's what's going on here. He just is it's so childish. It's like 6th graders when they first learn about sex and dirty words. Like I remember when I was in 6th grade or like middle school, and it's not a kink, it's assault. But I mean, his texts are like, he's using very childish, like, but extremely explicit language, if that makes sense, in a way that reminds me of like middle school boys who are like just figured out vagina and penis and the word cum, and now they're just throwing them in as many violent combinations as they can. So I don't know. It's honestly probably not worth digging into too deeply. Again, the basic headline here is Vince was seemingly assaulting at least one woman routinely for years. Other women have accused him of something similar. Hear you out, Psychor, cum. I'm not there, and this is not a strike against the word cum or sex generally, but against Vince McMahon. But anyway, the way he's talking about sex in those texts, it all lines up in this very gross way to paint a picture of just, he's a carny. Yeah, I don't know. He's like a nightmare clown man, basically. It's just unsavory on a level that's difficult to parse. So I guess let's move on. Yeah, we just move carefully. We just moved uncarefully on from that because there's no way to talk about it well.
I zoned out. My little paws are totally clean. I didn't even pay attention.
That's, again, Pepito, you always do the right thing.
I don't know if I do. I'm a dog. So anyway,
Thanks, Pepito. Let's see. What else is going on in the world of something else, and then we'll check in with Clementine for some conspiracy. Ideally, not this conspiracy, because I don't think it falls under that umbrella. Stevie Loves, if you had any particular thing you wanted Clementine to look into, though, let me know. The Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club. Oh my God, yeah, Matt Liddell. There's just so many Vince segments that retroactively. I mean, there were problems at the time, and now they're like. What's a heartwarming story we can talk about? Explicit Taylor Swift deepfakes? You know what? We'll get off that subject for now. NHL players to... Oh, Masumi Max passed away. That's sad. I guess, you know what? We'll talk about No, he's just... You know what else is gross about this? Trump and McMahon are friends. I mean, that's always been a weird fucking combination of thoughts. But that is making me not want to even click on a Trump story, which I often don't want to anyway. Keanu Reeves to receive the... You know what? Let's talk about Keanu Reeves. Whatever. I usually don't bother with stories like this, but we'll just call this a palate cleanser. I don't even know what this is. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, we're gonna throw it to Clementine after we do one other story. Keanu. Let's see if Chet's around. He is. He is around. In fact, he's sitting right next to me. Let's throw it over to our boy Chet right here in the studio. Damn right. Wasting time covering all this creepy fucking news when you could just be talking to the big cheddar himself. Good to see everybody. We're back. I'm fucking back at it. In fact, I never left. I've been sitting here for weeks, just waiting. It's only been like a week. Weeks! Thank you so much for the support, Stony. Zombie Buddha, in case Case missed it, because he's fucking whiffs 99% of the time. You're back on your hater shit, Chet. I'm fucking playing, dude. That's what you never get. It's just all fucking love. It's all fucking fun. Grow up. See, that's me playing. I go to NYC? Somebody didn't invite me. I was, me and Kendall went. You want to go with me and Kendall? Maybe. What, you can't have a boy? Because you with your girl? What's that about? I don't know, man. It was like supposed to be like a little couples quick getaway. And I got a couple of thoughts about it, which is you should have brought me. That's just one thought. Let's fucking talk about something. Let's talk about this goddamn news. I'm Chet Manscape. In case you forgot. Case. Shit. Did you bring up your lower third too? What the fuck? I got a lower third too. People forget. Three's a crowd? Yeah, crowds are fun. People love crowds. People pay to be in crowds. That's what you not getting. The Lance Reddick Award, RIP to a real one. I'm gonna just cut Reeves out of there and inaugural. There we go. Now it's short enough for Chet to still be visible. Thanks, Chet. I tried. They don't want me there? Skull meat. Casey's a one-man crowd. Every man is an island. And you're more like the fucking island of Dr. Moreau. You full of fucking weird animal creatures. Is that an insult or a compliment? I don't know. I didn't really understand that film. I honestly didn't. I mean, well, what's to get is deep. The cat ladies and cat guys and a little cat guy. What does it all mean? I'm losing the thread a little bit. let's learn about Lance Reddick. Lance Reddick did appear on G4 in support of Resident Evil. Now, the Saturn Awards, a sci-fi-based award show, is giving Lance Reddick a Lifetime Achievement Award. Keanu will be its first recipient. Yeah, Lance, didn't you meet him? I barely met him. However, I have to say he was very nice when he came by G4. I mean, we most celebrities were pretty nice, but he was particularly like warm and pleasant to be around. So it was a legitimate bummer when I heard about his passing. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You agree for one? I mean, I agree with that. Okay. All right, let's see what's going on though. There's a Saturn Award. That's not the planet. But it is a sci-fi. What? It is an award. It's an award in a planet. It's an award named after the planet. Okay. The Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films has announced that Keanu Reeves will receive the inaugural Lance Reddick Legacy Award at the 51st Saturn Awards. Not the planet. A separate concept. The entire show will be dedicated to the memory of the late Reddick, who died at the age of 60. And again, R.I.P. seemed like a real nice guy. Reeves, who is friends with Reddick, starred alongside him in John Wick. What? Oh, sorry. John Wick action thriller franchise. Reddick appeared in all 4 movies as Carhorn, the concierge at the Continental Hotel, where his character interfaced with Reeves' titular hitman. Academy President Robert Hooligan and Saturn producers Bradley and Kevin Marcus released a statement on Reeves' forthcoming owner. This award symbolizes and celebrates not only a performer's talent, but their character, someone who's a true goodwill ambassador in the industry, from science fiction, and of an example being the Matrix trilogy, fantasy, and of the example being the Bill and Ted's and the Constantines, and horror, and of the examples there being Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula and the Devil's Advocate. Keanu has done it all. Not to mention Speed and Point Break. They just fucking threw that shit in there. But to me, that's the fucking headline. I fucking love those films. Those are fucking classic films. That's honestly, put those first. They mentioned a bunch. But sooner for those is my point. Okay. Bobby, he killed him with a pencil. They should rename the John Wick franchise the Baba Yaga franchise. Why? And curse themselves? And not on my watch. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess if you believe in that stuff. And I guess there's more about this him getting an award. He passed away. The 51st Saturn Awards will take place on February 4th at 4 p.m. They'll be hosted by Joel McHale. Whoa. As a whole community of sci-fi. Nice. Electric now will stream the ceremony live. All right. Well, that's honestly a pretty feel-good story. Usually you make me read about dicks or murders. I don't make you read about murders. I've read about murders via dicks on this show. So it's sort of nice to get through a story, and it's just sort of like, oh, nice. People like Keanu Reeves is getting an award in honor of a different guy that people liked. Give me more stories like this. Can I be Mr. Good News for once? Yeah, sure, Chad. I don't know. Bring me a story and you can be Mr. Good News. But I'm also a hard-hitting journalist, so don't forget that. You just want it all, man. And I'll have it. I will fucking have it all. Because you gotta fucking believe in yourself. And get what you got. And never fucking stop till you hit the fucking top. What the hell's that? Excuse me? I was trying to give an important fucking speech. Well, you weren't. All right. Well, from all of us here at the Bin Studios, of which one of them is me, I will now just off the page I go to not be at here. Because I did it. And of the truth was said. I'm Chet. Thank you, Stevie Love. Fucking thank you. Fucking saving my ass from this guy. Goddamn. Alright, I'm done. Houthi rebels in Yemen struck a British oil tanker in the Red Sea, sinking and creating a pending ecological disaster. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah. News in the Middle East continues to be particularly depressing. Is the oil okay? No, unfortunately the oil is a victim here as well. Our precious dinosaur sludge is also being ruined. Well, we'll maybe cover that later. That sounds pretty bad. Hell of a week to come back. Hey, there's always shitty news. B. Grendel, thank you so much for the sub. Yeah, I mean, I've seen so many stories and I was like, oh, I guess I can talk about that. But time to liberate the Red Sea. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't talked about the situation in Israel and Palestine in a little bit, but it's still quite terrible. A lot of Palestinians still getting totally murdered daily. And also a lot of Israeli soldiers recently dying in some well, I shouldn't get into it without getting into it, but the residential house explosion, we'll call it. That's a pretty wild story too. Dilemma, thank you for the 15 months. They blew them. Yeah, I mean, essentially, I guess they technically didn't blow themselves up, but they also kind of blew themselves up. It was some pretty bad stuff going on in the world. And who better to think they know about it than Clementine Verne? I don't know if it'll be better or worse with him, but we're going to send it to him anyway, and we'll see what he's got to say. It's time for some truth. It's time for some truth, guys. I don't appreciate the implication from Case. Stories I'm not capable of talking about. I can discuss the serious issues of the day. Everything I discuss here is serious, in my opinion. It's good to see everybody. CV loves you requested my appearance here, and so out of fealty to you, if it is a story you'd like me to cover, please let me know. If not, well, see what I want to talk about today. We need to go behind the veil, cuss everything in front of it. Is fucking terrifying. Sometimes the truth is so difficult that you got to sort of hide your language. But I appreciate you, Card King, and I know exactly what you mean. DJ Music. Don't step on my time, DJ Music. I'm here for the people. This is courtesy of App Steve. Russia recently attempted a misinformation campaign trying to accuse Ukraine of the destruction of the Malaysian airliner that Russia was found to have attacked. It was done in conjunction with the recent attack on a Russian passenger plane carrying Ukrainian POWs. I can talk. I can talk about that. What? You think I'm afraid to talk about serious war issues? Oh, my hair is fighting me today. Whatever you can find about aliens is the request from CV Loves You, though. I was very excited to talk about Russian war crimes, but I got to talk about aliens. I'm sorry, App Steve. I've got no choice. You think it's a coincidence that they rhyme? Not at all. Everything that rhymes is in fact intentional. Planned by something, a higher power, a lower power, a Power Ranger, who knows? Something about aliens. Let's see what alien news is going on in the world these days. Alien news. Vince was a higher power. There's no escaping this guy. How is it even possible? The Hindustan Times has a story. Uncoordinated internal watchdog wraps Pentagon's UFO tracking report. Someone's wrapping a UFO report. Wait, what's happening here? Why am I so huge in the... Oh, well, whatever. The Defense Department's effort to identify UFO is uncoordinated and could have overlooked threats to the United States, according to an unclassified report from the Pentagon's internal watchdog. And that's my favorite type of watchdog, is when they're inside you. In the report originally released last August, but containing classified sections, the DoD's Inspector General reviewed the department's policies and procedures for detecting, reporting, and analyzing UFO reports that have flooded the department in recent years. I'm using Adblock. Well, this site lets me use it without making me turn it off. And that's a conspiracy in and of itself. Why is it called an Adblock if I can't even use it? Chat, I'll put you right over my mouth because you're the truth and I speak the truth. And so my mouth, it represents the truthfulness of my chat. After an investigation, the IG found that the Defense Department doesn't have a coordinated approach. Well, they just told us that. We determined that the DoD has no overarching UAP policy, and as a result, it lacks assurance that national security and flight safety threats to the United States from UAP have been identified and mitigated. The report said, using the acronym for Unidentified Anomalous Phenomenon, WAP, as I call it, which is how the government refers to UFOs, and I've for years referred to them again as WAPs. It also blocks facial, well, mine does. I have anti-facial recognition software, which is why I can finally stop blurring my face and masking my voice, even though I'm being threatened at all times by unseen powers. Let's look up best way to stop aliens. In the real source of truth, YouTube. How to stop an alien invasion? These all seem like jokes to me. But I want someone who's serious. Alright, we'll give this one a chance. But I swear to God, if this guy's slagging me off, I'm getting him right off my screen. Because this is serious. Aliens is coming for us potentially at some point already. And I'd like to know how to stop them, sir. Let's see what he's got to say. This is courtesy of Epic How-Tos. It better be
Aliens
epic.
have just invaded Earth. Crap! Are we gonna let them snatch our bodies and turn our brains to goop?
You
Hell
might.
no! Let's take those alien bastards
Okay, he
down.
said no.
This is Epic How To. Fight an alien invasion.
Is he serious? I want him to be serious. I have a very bad eye for comedy because I think everything's quite serious. So loud. Why is it so
Do
loud?
aliens even exist?
Yes.
I don't know. Though we haven't proven it, scientific evidence leans towards yes.
There we
There
go.
are around 10 to the 24th power total stars in the universe, and even conservative estimates say that there are at least 1 billion planets similar to Earth out there that could support life.
All right.
Even though we haven't found any yet. Just go with it.
I
Scientists
am
such as
going
Enrico
with it.
Fermi have put forth ideas as to why we haven't found any yet in the famous Fermi's paradox. But statistically speaking, there is probably tons of life out in the universe.
All right.
Kepler satellites have already discovered 50 Earth-like planets. The odds that one of them have intelligent life are actually pretty high. But don't panic! According to Seth Shostak, the senior astronomer at the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence program, the chances of an alien invasion are slim. If an alien civilization was looking for
He says
resources,
that, and
they'd
then
be
look
better
at
off
this.
heading-
He immediately shows one. No chance. Cut to the B-roll. Documentary footage of an alien invasion. So, who's the fool now?
to the thousands of uninhabited planets in the galaxy rather than fight Earthlings. And if an alien race was advanced enough to master faster than light travel, human beings wouldn't even be worth the battle, in the same way that we don't go around invading anthills. Unless you're me as a child. I was an asshole. If aliens were to make contact
Wait, is this guy somehow related to G4 as well? The host of this thing? I'm seeing that in the chat. I was unaware of that. But that's sort of cases thing, so whatever.
Thus, it'd most likely be by radio waves or probes. Not those probes, these probes. Not wave
Alright,
after
how do we
wave
stop
of
them?
alien infantry. But unlikely doesn't mean impossible, and if the aliens are ready to fight, we have to be prepared. The first step of warfare, know your enemy. A lot
Alright.
easier when you can see them face to face, and pretty hard to do when they're millions of light years away. According to David Aguilar, the
That's
director of
gotta be,
public
look
affairs
at this
and science-
thing. This is not a person. Well, now we're seeing the enemy right here. And frankly, his joints are on full display. So I say attack these sort of, the areas where the round hinges connect. And that you'll take this bugger out quickly.
Information at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, aliens will look radically different than human beings.
All right.
Aguilar speculates that alien worlds will have vastly different climates and terrains than Earth, and alien life forms will have evolved to adapt to these
He's
conditions.
spiky.
If aliens came from a planet with no ground, for example, it's easy to see how they'd probably look more like dolphins than humans. But many scientists think aliens would actually remarkably resemble human beings. Cambridge University
What's
paleontologist
that?
Simon Conway Morris points to the theory of convergent evolution. That evolution finds similar solutions. Land-based predators have two eyes because it's better for catching prey, and water-based creatures have a torpedo-like shape because it's more conducive to swimming. To
What
become
about
an intelligent
squids? Squid's got a real floppy shape. Oh, you explained that guy in front of the infinite void. Need I go on? There's a lot of real loopy-looking sea creatures, land squids, and you've seen the footage from that Discovery show where they made future land squids. So I'm just saying.
species capable of traversing the galaxy, an alien would have to look a lot like us. Physicist Don Lincoln asserts that only a humanoid carbon-based life form could develop the kind of technology needed to travel to Earth.
What
Now,
about
how do we
gases?
stand a chance against hyper-intelligent cyborg aliens? According to theoretical physicist Michio Kaku, we don't. Alien invaders won't just be hundreds of years more advanced than us, they'll be millions of years more advanced. Their weaponry could be so powerful, we can't even
That's a
currently
Death Star.
comprehend it, because we're just stupid humans.
That's a Death Star. We all know how to take that thing out. Well, it's the other thing, not the star. It's one of the death things. Anyway, the bridge is right there. You fly a plane into it, you Independence Day, and you basically win. Or, you know, you scoot down all the little alleyways with your ship, and then you shoot lasers into its conveniently placed heat valve or whatever.
Any attempt to fight back would result in total annihilation. In his words, it'd be like Bambi versus Godzilla.
I think Bambi could take him.
But this wouldn't be much of a video if we were totally screwed. Let's make it interesting. First, humanity needs to become a united front. Every country must combine forces and work together to fight off
All
an
right,
alien
Independence
attack.
Day so far.
Our world leaders know this. During the 1985 Geneva summit, President Reagan asked the Soviet Union General Secretary Mikhail Gorbachev to pledge his support if Earth was invaded by aliens.
Even
Next,
Romania, yes,
we need to
Skymo. We
prepare.
must make
If
sacrifices.
the aliens invaded tomorrow, we're doomed. Russian Defense Chief Sergei Berezhnoy recently admitted that the country's vast defense systems are not prepared to
I
handle an
don't
alien
trust
invasion.
any of these guys. They're so circular. One of them had a wine spill on their head. I don't believe this source. Even though it's on YouTube, it's hard for me to say that.
Kaku advises we start observing extraterrestrial life so we can learn more about the aliens before they make contact. He suggests we build more Kepler satellites and send more probes into space, with the hopes of eavesdropping on any alien communications. The more we know about the aliens and their capabilities, the better our chances are of defending ourselves.
All right.
Once we confirm their existence, our initial instinct might be to make contact with the aliens and try to broker peace, beating the invasion before it even starts. Kaku warns that this could be dangerous and that the better approach is to just kick back, guys, and continue monitoring the situation. The less of a threat we seem, the less the aliens are likely to attack.
Just roll over
if they
and show
do
our
invade,
bellies.
what's our defense plan? Hopefully, it could be as simple as a sneeze. There's a chance the aliens could have an entirely different immune system and they would be weak to the germs and microorganisms found on Earth. We might
AKA the movie Signs. He is quoting the most accurate alien movie defenses. Independence Day, Signs. In which case, he's actually giving him a glass of water, which is gonna be my go-to.
be able to just wipe out the aliens by coughing in their face. That's right, that really dumb ending to War of the Worlds might just save our ass. God, I hate that ending.
Oh shit, he was going
So
War of the Worlds.
anticlimactic and dumb. If that doesn't happen, we're gonna have to get into a shootout. You might think our best option is to launch nuclear missiles, but even our strongest rockets can't quite carry a nuke past near Earth orbit, allowing the aliens to easily dodge the payload. Our best weapon is lasers. They're fast, light, and have a low operating cost. In 2014, the US Navy developed the Laser Weapon System. Cool name, bros. This generically named weapon can fire up laser beams as powerful as 30 kilowatts.
That's pretty strong.
Enough to tear an airplane in half.
All
If that's
right.
not enough, the Pentagon is currently developing the High Energy Liquid Laser Area Defense System. Slightly better name, 150 kilowatt laser. Though this laser costs a cool $21 million to make, it's powerful enough to melt an enemy
That's the laser the Bored Apes was using at their concert. We saw what that did. Blind them aliens. I think that's smart.
pilot's eyeballs through the plane. Ugh. There's also railguns, which are pretty sweet. An electronically powered weapon that can launch projectiles at lightning-fast speeds. Railguns are being developed that can potentially reach Mach 20. That's fast enough to travel from Beijing to LA in 3 minutes. But our best weapon, according to Kaku, will be their own. Just like the barbarians defeated the Romans by turning their own tactics against them,
All right,
if we want
respect.
to take down the aliens, we'll have to steal and master the aliens' weaponry and combat strategies. Sometimes you have to fight fire with fire, and aliens with whatever weird-ass alien guns that they have.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, whoa, we survived. Holy crap, it was all because of you, wasn't it? Give yourself a
I didn't
pat on
do
the back. You
anything.
kept our planet free from those aliens who wanted to destroy our very, very fragile way of life. We're just flesh bags, man.
That's
You
Kevin.
kept it from happening.
Oh, it's Kevin Pereira. All right.
Just from watching this video. It was very informative, and we're awesome at what we do, so you're welcome. Actually, I saved our planet. I'll put you on the plaque, at the bottom, smaller than my name. I'm Joe Beretta. This has been Epic How To.
All right. I'm very bad at detecting
Let us know what-
irony, but I think he was patting himself on the back too hard there. Those are all ideas I've had independently of him personally, from seeing various films. They created War of the Worlds. I personally felt it reminded me more of science attacking them with water. Someone brought up Mars attacks. And yes, that's another totally valid way to defend yourself with the power of music. Of course, if it's a Dobby, you just have to try to convince it to work for you, sort of as a servant. Dobbies want to be servile. From the reading I've done. How much coke does this guy have to do to be in one of those videos? Maybe it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but it's Dr. Pereira and the guy from Epic How To's. If Kevin does enough cocaine, he becomes the guy from Epic How To's. That's my working theory. That's just a theory. A Clementine theory. No one's using that catchphrase, I'm pretty sure, so I could just use that now. We all know the real weapon are the friends we made along the way. Well, that was sort of his last point. If you befriend their technology, then the friend you made along the way was like an alien spaceship that will defend you against the oncoming threat of aliens. I'd also like to point out, listen, I wasn't completely confident in all the information that this fellow was sharing, but just look at the way this man is moving. I'm something of a body language expert, not this guy. This guy. These are convincing and movements. I've studied with various body language experts because the body also communicates truth. And that's how you do it. Hands up. Waggle. And this is, if you want to impress the corporate types out there, just remember, hands up. Fighting position, one finger out, and you just sort of want to waggle your body around just a little bit, and then don't ever blink. And if you can be very circular, do that. I've got a pretty round face myself. That's intentional. I appreciate this though. We've got news coming in from the chat. The Navy has continued to, this is courtesy of App Steve, the Navy has continued to develop a laser weapon system, but it's discontinued development of the railgun system. So this guy was spitting fake news, unfortunately, which has meant much of the news, because the news ain't truth, it's the news. This is from 7 years ago. I'm not saying that, so it might have been true at the time. China has started, has developed a successful railgun system. God damn it, they beat us to it. Or maybe I'm in China, maybe I'll beat them to it. You don't know where I am. No supports for its claims released yet, so they also could be lying, but not me. Vince just left TKO group. It's like he was never there. What a shocking development. They just sort of kicked him out once he was old and incredibly inconvenient now that sort of the truth about it has been revealed. I mean, that's a positive step. He shouldn't be involved with the company. He should lose a lot from this. Fortunately, again, I don't know if you can kick him out of owning a bunch of the stocks and having millions of dollars, but we'll see. Railguns use magnetic levitation to launch projectiles, if you're not familiar. I mean, I was familiar, but thanks for clarifying that, Steve. For everybody else, I was like, I'm sure everybody knows that it's magnets, because that's future science. Magnet science? And that's, but, I mean, where we even come up with that technology? You think it's humans that are harnessing the power of magnets? I wish we were on that level, but let's be real. Let's be really real. It's probably Russell Crowe. Why is it always moving away from it? Was Russell Crowe in the movie about magnets? Let me just look that up really quick. Russell Crowe, magnets. This is sort of curious to me. Right now, if you go online, you can buy a Russell Crowe magnet for your fridge. Is that a coincidence? Railguns run on magnets. Russell Crowe sells a magnet for your fridge. I'm just making connections here. And that's really what we do here, because you might have noticed that what here is the truth. And why is it? Well, it just so happens to be because that's right, you guessed it, the truth. Bring it back in. The truth. Can we zoom on my face? I gotta move every time. The truth is... Stop, hurry the zoom up. Are you done? The truth is right here. All right, we'll see you next time. Oh yeah. Waha. That's some Clementine Vern. All right, we had a request for music. Oh shoot. Pixel Circus? Is that what Kendall said? You guys remember what Kendall said? Pixel Circus? Yes, okay. I'm gonna just pull that up so I don't totally miss it when they go live. Twitch, Pixel Circus. Entity dropping the 5? The hot frickin' 5? Jesus. Thank you. Oh, 7's indeed. I need a hummina graphic. In fact, I need to just make more graphics. I like being able to hit buttons.
Add your lotion.
You might know that about me. I like to be able to hit buttons. If I have more graphics, there's even more buttons to hit.
Add your lotion.
Yeah. Thank you, Anthony, so much for the 5. Let's do one other thing. We'll do a music and then we'll do a raid. Again, sorry for the lack of streams this week.
As we resolve that.
Whoa! Pixel Circus is offline. But they have something that I don't. A channel trailer. Should probably make one of those at some point. Yeah, we still got Puffy Bear. He's in Kasim's Airstream, and he's also never looked better right here. Yeah, they have Kendall too. They got channel trailers. They got Kendall. They're taking everything from me. I would have a channel trailer if they didn't take it. Mine is supposed to be this one. Oh well. I haven't checked in on the streets in a while. And I honestly feel bad about it. So let's kick it to the streets. Then we'll kick it to the music. I gotta, do my monthly check-in with Trip to make sure that he's doing okay. If you have any thoughts on any news, throw it in the chat. The Trip will find it on the streets. And it'll be just like you're on the streets. Is basically, I think, how it works literally every time. Let's kick it over there. Let's see how it's going. It's time for Trip on the Street. Oh, good to be back. As always, thanks for the follow. Lockek749. All right, that's a great way to start it off. We're out here on, yeah, that's right. We're out here on these streets, and you can be out here too. Throw your opinion in the chat. I'll find it out here on the streets. It's sort of like my superpower, but if it didn't save anyone, or maybe it saves us all through the power of Discord's the greatest superpower there is. I do belong to the streets. It's where I live, Paragon, the Jamaican Dragon. It's where I breathe. It's where I breed. Well, I haven't had a kid out here, but if I were to have a kid, it'd have to be on the streets. If they wanted me there, at least. Anyway, get your opinions in if you have them. Any opinion at all is fair game. That's simply the law of the streets. I'll start looking about for some opinion havers that feel like chatting with me. This is a weird one. Who's out here? Alright, this is a guy. Talking to the streets, Arby's got the meats. That's a sponsorship just waiting to happen. Joey had said. It's difficult for sponsors to contact me, both because very few people watch Case's channel and because I, again, refuse to go home where my computer is. So if I have any sponsorship emails, I miss them. I'll be real, I completely miss them. But I don't miss opinions, and one just came in and I can see it walking up to me right now. Sometimes I refer to the opinion as a person because they're just that real to me. Let's see what this fellow's up to. He looks like a deep thinker and a smart talker. Well, I appreciate that, Trip. I consider myself to be a very well-educated man. You've got that look for sure. Thanks. Listen, I'm Jack Mendhoff, former owner. Oh, I take that back. I misspoke. I take that back. I'm just talking to you, man. Yeah, do whatever you need to do. I'm Jack Mendhoff, former owner of Aldi Mendhoff Meats. I don't get why people are against lab-grown meat. You can take a little smoky and get a thick, warm, juicy summer sausage in your mouth. It doesn't hurt anyone. Okay, you mean meats don't hurt anyone? It doesn't hurt a single thing. And it saves animals. The lab-grown meats? Yeah, lab-grown. It saves. It's not hurting. In fact, it's saving. I mean, I agree with you. That's why I just spend my time on my boat catching crabs. Lab-grown crabs? Regular crabs. Crabs don't have feelings. Crabs aren't really alive. Why have you decided crabs aren't alive? They're just icky muck creatures. They don't count because they're icky? Yeah, absolutely. If a creature's icky and mucky, a little mud monster, a little seabed mud monster, it's not mud if it's in the ocean. It's ocean. They live in the ocean mud. All right. So it doesn't. You can eat all the crabbies you want. That's why SpongeBob ate Krabby Patties, because they're not even. They don't even count to them. It's like eating an apple. It doesn't have feelings. I don't know. I saw. They do movies in the park, and recently they played the first Aquaman. And at the end of that, there's a whole kingdom of crustaceans. Some of them look like crabs to me. Yeah, but that's a fantasy. It's like making a door alive. You know, like a talking door. Like in a Disney film. It's funny because they're not real. I guess I never thought of it that way. I guess I didn't know that crabs weren't really creatures. They're creatures, but not ones with feelings. So chomp away. And the rest, grow it in a lab. And maybe make it my lab. I'm Jack Aldementoff. And I'm a scientist. Well, you seem, again, like a smart chap. Thanks for the enlightening conversation. Give me a lot to think about. Are crabs, do crabs have feelings? Absolutely not, and that's clear. Okay, and, lab-grown meats. Maybe give them a second look. You should, and give them a look at it with your tongue. Okay, thanks, Jack. Thank you. I'm out of here. Gotta go. Bye-bye. You got right out of here. Okay, let's see what else is going on these streets today. Let's see. Looks like there's a spicy one in the chamber. In the opinion chamber, ready to have a conversation with yours truly. The truly being me, Trippy B, the Brad Steen. Okay, what's this thing's deal? Uh-oh, this one's scaring me just a little bit.
Ow, yo!
Oh my.
I'm Rose Roach!
Okay.
Yo, Tripper!
Hello, little roach creature. You brought a whole roach container with you.
What bringing my friends wherever I go?
Okay.
Trip, what I want to talk about is, why is everybody obsessed with this new pale world? Now Nintendo wants to sue them?
Nintendo wants to sue Palworld
For copyright thing, not the opposite of copyright. I'm a roach.
I can see that.
Anyway, this new Palworld and Nintendo wants to sue them. You think they should have taken my advice and instead of giving them guns, give them
What?
give them a little instead of guns. You know what I mean?
Rose Roach, I don't.
Sex toys. They shouldn't give them a sex gun. Toys, non-violent weapons of ass destruction. Ow! I'm on fire!
What? Anyway,
Make love, not war.
roaches are peaceful creatures. No violence. As far as I know, that's true. Do you eat little bugs?
Only if it's like a little muck bug that doesn't even have feelings, like a little mud bug. Like a crab bug.
You also don't think crabs have feelings?
Nah, they're little mucky guys, and you can eat a crab bug.
Like genital crabs?
You can eat a genital crab. At my size,
You're pretty big.
you know, it's like eating Dippin' Dots for me.
Oh. All right.
If you're a bug, getting crabs is no big deal. It's just bugs on top of bugs. You don't gotta wear protection if you're a roach. We can survive anything. All of us have chlamydia. Every single roach has chlamydia, and it's no big deal.
Okay, I guess I can't. That sounds wrong, but I guess I can't disprove it.
We all got it. It's no big deal. These are all my kids. Every little fucker you see squirting by is one of my fucking kids. I got a fucking army of them. Yeah, you want to take some off my fucking back? I gotta work 16 jobbies.
What's a jobby?
It's just walking on different floors and grabbing trash to eat.
Other bugs. Well, anyway, I appreciate that you're anti-violent. No violence. Just make love with fucking
Toys, dog. Don't be afraid to use a toy. Don't let it emasculate you.
It's just part of the arsenal.
You don't get mad at William Tell for using a bow. You know what I fucking mean?
William? Yeah, I guess I do.
Okay, well, anyway, Trip, I gotta raise every one of these little fucks, so I gotta go. Wow, I'm out of here!
All right, well, I've learned something. Looks like there's a couple more opinions. Maybe one more. I think we're just about full. We could probably take one more opinion if you've already got it, but if not, don't worry. We've had some enlightening conversations today. Let's see who else is out here. Some real attractive people that and creatures that I've been talking to today. And that's just great. Sometimes the streets are beautiful. They're always beautiful. I swear, I don't feel sick. I feel good. And you gotta tell yourself that sometimes. To make sure that you do. Let's see who else is out here on these streets. Alright, I don't know what I'm looking at right now. Can I help you? Yo.
Hey, I'm wildin' to, excuse me.
What's going on with you?
I'm not Shrek.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm wildin' to bang ya.
Alright.
And I've been pretty worried about the state of these streets these days.
Alright.
They're full of potholes, and they're costing me a lot of maintenance on my 2003 Honda Accord. How can we hold responsible for this? It's getting out of hand.
You're talking so loud, I have to hold my mic really far away from you.
It's just my natural speaking voice. I've got a booming voice, I can't help it.
Alright.
Who can we hold responsible for this? You know? I worry about the state of these streets with the potholes.
Oh, you're earnestly asking. I thought it was more of a rhetorical question.
Why would it be rhetorical? We got to do something about this.
Is it are you the Scottish Hulk?
No, I just take care of my body, friend. You got to take, listen, bodies are like onions.
Bodies are like onions?
In that if you cut them up, it makes you cry because they look so good. And I'm fucking cut up, baby. I'm ripped to shreds. I'm fucking looking fit as a fucking pair of skinny jeans.
Thrawn, thank you so much for the support of this translucent monster man.
Listen, I got translucentitis. I don't appreciate you bringing it up. It's like vitiligo, but for green people.
Peter Wiseman, thank you so much for the support. I don't know what you said sounds vaguely racist to me, but I can't really explain why.
It isn't.
So are you green? You look more yellow.
I'm fucking green, man. You're trying to get into fucking colours and stuff now. It's fucked up, mate.
So are you British or Scottish?
I'm fucking Scottish.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
I'm fucking Scottish.
All right. Well, look, you're preaching to the choir. I think technically the mayor of the park is Keanu Reeves, based on some really old lore that I've kind of forgotten the genesis of. So, he's recently received a Saturn Award, so he's probably he might kind of big dog you and not talk to you. But my advice is take it up with Keanu Reeves.
It doesn't make any fucking sense, man.
I swear, based on things that have happened on this stream, I think Keanu Reeves is the mayor of the park.
Well, I'm talking about the streets.
Well, me too. The park and the streets are synonymous for me.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
It makes perfect sense. The park has streets. Any street is the streets. I'm on a street, and that happens to be in a park. So the park is the streets.
That's 2 + 2 equals fucking tomatoes, man. You're making no sense.
You're a giant translucent Shrek.
I have translucentitis.
You changed the name.
It said it the same twice. Alright, well, I gotta fucking go. I've recently turned a human woman into a fucking Shrek.
What?
That's what we all do. That's how we procreate. We gotta find a fucking fit bird, turn him into a Shrek, and then slag off with him.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Shrek played it off like it was fucking her choice. That's what we all do. We make them think it's their idea, but we've got to do it or Shrek stop existing.
That's fucked up, man.
That's fine. We're in love. I mean, I'm not yet. I gotta find a fucking fit bird to turn into a Shrek.
Jesus Christ. Your nipples are right at my eye line.
We'll fucking get big, bro.
I can't work out to get taller.
You gotta visualize the body you want, mate. Hey, thanks so much for the support currently working.
You're Scottish?
I'm fucking Scottish.
All right, Shrek.
It's not Shrek. My name's fucking Willing to bang ya. Say my name.
You.
Come on, just say it.
I think I already did. You said your name is Willin' to bang you.
And are you?
What?
And are you?
Willin' to bang you? I don't know what you mean.
Oh, do you know what I mean?
I just said I don't!
Alright, well listen, I can't wait around all day. I gotta fucking hit my macros. I'll see you later. It's really an honor. I'm a huge fan.
You was a fan? Alright, well, let's just make sure there's no... Yeah, I think the streets are out of opinions. If I missed yours, then just let Case know and he'll grab it for the next time for me or something. I'm not unsettled. I'm actually empowered. That was a beautiful session of opinions. These streets are always overflowing with the brightest and most beautiful of opinions. So much so that it just makes me cough up love. And I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your opinions. If you ever want to meet me in person, you just gotta wander to the nearest park, clap your hands together, and pray to Almighty God above. And I might smile down upon you and say, I'm not God, I'm Trip fucking Bradstein. Now feed me an opinion, you nasty monsters. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everybody. The streets are real. The streets are too real every damn time. What can you do, you know? What can you even do?
You said to start finding other producers. So could I maybe should I have Translucent Shrek be my co-producer?
It's your assistant producer, actually. You're the head of the department, Pepito.
Can I hire him?
It's technically your choice, but I would advise almost anyone else.
Okay, well maybe I'll float a couple ideas by. We'll vote on it later.
We did used to do that. We used to vote on producers, but you've frankly proven your staying power is too strong.
Okay, well we'll see. Just know that I'm considering giant friendly willing to bang you.
It's just a muscle Shrek.
He said his name is Willing to Bang You. I'd prefer to respect the individual and call them by the name of their choice.
I think he was just pranking Trip.
He said his name, sir. Sir?
What?
Sir?
Huh?
Sir?
That's a thing you say now?
Excuse me, sir. He said his name.
All right, that's fair.
So, he stated his name clearly, exactly, Smokepacks.
I thought you couldn't read.
I vibe it out.
All right. Let's, we're gonna DJ music and then we're gonna raid. Then we're gonna raid Pixel Circus. I don't even know if they need it, honestly. Where Kendall is currently hanging out. So let's music our way out of here. I guess I said I'd talk about we'll talk about AI Taylor Swift, even though it's also kind of an unpleasant story dealing with consent. But we'll do it anyway. Let's send it over to DJ Music, who I'm sure can cover all of these stories with the tact that they deserve. It's music time. Oh, yeah. It feels good to be back on the roof with yours truly, DJ Music. What's going on in the world today? What's going on with each and every one of you? Turn this down, turn my headphones up. We're feeling it. Extra swimmy vocals today from yours truly, DJ Music. Let's turn on my fucking lasers, everybody. Oh, I want to know what's going on in the world today. That's what I want to know. Oh, da da do da do da da. DJ Music. Okay. It's not working. My lasers aren't working. God damn it, where are my lasers? There they are. Those are the lasers I've been looking for. All right. The world's burning and turning just like a turntable that commits war crimes. Let's see what's going on in the world today. Everything's gonna be okay. Some things won't be, but some things might be. All right. Let's see. Explicit deepfake images of Taylor Swift elude safeguards and swamp social media. That sounds pretty bad. That doesn't sound like the kind of love I support. Let's simplify this slightly. There we go. Let's just, there we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry everybody. These headlines are too long today. I gotta shorten these headlines. There we go. Swamp that media. Meta announced that they're going to block all nude images sent by teens. They can do that? I mean, that's a positive step, but if they can do that, why didn't they just do that sooner? Is that infringing on your right to be a nude teen? Is that a right? I think that's too complicated for me to even talk about. I don't know if I understand the issue well enough to comment. But I mean, I'm of two minds about it. One mind being, why did they already do that? The other mind being, what? It's a step I have no problem with. As someone who's about as getting further from teen every day, it honestly doesn't affect me in any way that isn't positive. Stopping child porn, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's something tells me teens will still find a way to send each other illicit pictures, but it's got to be a positive step of some sort. All right, let's see what's going on out there. This is a Taylor Swift story. Let's see if I can find some copyright-free Taylor Swift. Damn, my voice is so swirly. Jesus Christ. Copyright-free Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift style track. This is how DJs work, mostly off of YouTube. Taylor Swift style track, okay. She's got a song called Style? Damn it. Taylor Swift instrumental. Can I even, is that gonna get Case in trouble? The turntable is connected to YouTube, and that's why you know it's good. This is apparently a Taylor Swift song, but I don't know it at all. Style. All right, I got the style. Woo, here we go. Let's talk about some music. Style and the news. Bring my beat back. Style and music. Okay. All credit to Taylor Swift for this beat that I'm totally stealing. Well, it's not really a beat. It's more of a track, but you get it. You fucking get it. Fake sexually explicit images of Taylor Swift generated by artificial intelligence. They're spreading on the internet, and they're spreading for free. They're spreading incredibly and disturbingly rapidly. Well, X has suspended several accounts. So don't worry, they're being held accountable. Well, probably not. X suspended the accounts that posted images of Miss Swift, but the images were shared on other social media platforms. It's a storm of platforms, a porn storm of unconsensual porn. It's pretty bad stuff, but they can't get enough. They're sharing all these shitty images of Taylor Swift. While X said it was working to remove the images, fans of the pop superstar flooded the platform in protest. Whoa, my voice suddenly has some extra qualities. Here we go. I hope it was protest against, not protest so that they could get the porn. Reality Defender, a cybersecurity company focused on detecting what? AI, AO, determined with 90% confidence that the images were creating using what model? Say it with me. Diffusion, illusion, subterfusion of the century. Don't get confused by the swirly vocals. All of this is actually quite disturbing and awful. Taylor Swift has AI nudes on Twitter. Formerly Twitter, now it's X. So you know it's not the best. Sickening images of Taylor Swift with her butt up. But the people can't get enough. It's the kind of love that's bad. Bad love. That sounds too fun. Actually, bad love. The opposite of love. It's like bad. It's pretty weird. It's pretty weird. It's weird to share AI images unconsensually of people. Now look, I've seen these nudes on Twitter, and they're not very good. It's sort of confusing why this story is popping off so hard. Deepfakes have been around for like a decade. I get that they're made out of AI, so now using AI, so now maybe they're easier to do than ever. But I don't quite get why it's suddenly so popular to share them. I guess because a computer made it. A computer made some porn, so now it's scary. It was always bad, but now I guess it's extra scary because a computer can do it. Because it's Taylor Swift. Again, I have to imagine there's been fake nudes of Taylor Swift for a very long time. But again, I guess now any kid that wants to can just shit out a nude of Taylor Swift. Let's check in with a beat with a rapper, and then let's get out of here. Let's see. Do I have any robots that want to comment on this story? Through the power of beats? Let me find a robot. Whoa, what's this guy's deal? All right, this is sort of I think this is the thing that Wall-E has sex with in the film Wall-E. So let's find a Pixar trap beat to make them comfortable. What the hell is this? All right, please welcome to the stage. I think it's the girl from Wall-E, the little Robo girl from the end of Wall-E. Yo.
Oh, yeah. Yo! Eva! Ava. Ava. Unbelievable Ava. I go far, I go far. Ava. It's Ava. It's that girl from Pixar. Okay. Take it easy, Ava.
You want to talk about this weird Taylor Swift AI nudes? Have you seen the Taylor Swift AI nudes? Oh, we're running the beat back?
Run that fucking beat back. Okay. There's a beat. Yeah, here we fucking go. Ava from Pixar. I'm fucking following in the flow. I'm fucking Ava. It's the Ava show. I'ma rip the fucking beat up, baby. Here we fucking go. I'm fucking pissed. I don't feel that lift. I feel a fucking bad for Miss Taylor Swift. I might be a fucking robot, but I'm still saying stop it. You got a fucking AI image, baby. I say just drop it. I mean, come on. That's a big mistake. You dropping fucking weird Taylor Swift deep fakes. She's in the Rose Bowl showing every single hole. What you going for, bro? Honestly, what is the goal? You fucking sharing and nobody is fucking caring, but the whole world's sharing and fucking staring. They're fucking staring at Miss Swift. And yes, I am pissed. You on my fucking list. Miss.
Okay, so do you think it's bad?
I think it's bad. I think it's bad. Ava. I think it's bad. Ava thinks it's bad.
Okay.
Weep. Okay, I'm out of here. Bye.
That beat did go kind of hard. All right, well, we'll count that as a newsic. That counts as a newsic, right? There was a rap and we talked about a bad thing. Yeah!
Let's fucking go.
Whoo! It's a little quick news today, but I did plan to raid Pixel Circus and I don't know how long their stream's going, so I'm gonna do it before they run out of time. Woo! Next week we should be back. Full disclosure, Case informed me that he's interviewing for a new job, so if he gets that, it will dramatically shift the entire schedule of the stream. Although the bright side is, it would actually put the stream on a schedule for once, so, I don't know if that's a win-lose or a win-win or whatever, but he might not fucking get it. Let's raid Pixel Circus. Woo! The great thing is, I don't know if Case really even wants a full-time job, so it's just sort of a bonus if it works out. Okay! What Fiona was talking about? I don't know what Fiona was talking about, but it's possible. Full-time paycheck is nice. You'd be surprised. Sometimes you make more money freelancing, but it is more stressful. Anyway, that's a fucking show for today. It's time for another DJ Music Raid. Okay, I'm fitting to bust a hot-ass raid to that Pixel Circus. I mean, what is a pixel? Well, I think that it's hot. Pixel Circus is dropping the hottest polygon dots. All right, it's essential. We raid right away, and we raid Miss Kendall. And the message for the day is once again Case raid. So we'll see you later. Yeah, we all got it made. Bye-bye. Woo. And that's that, guys. See ya. Have a good one. It's